Shower Thoughts with JJ.
So when do you decide it's time to replace your underwear? Kids today have no idea what the grind that dial-up internet is. They're there to cradle my taters. So until they're not cradling my taters, I'm rocking with them. They're holding my tater set. That's when it's time for underwear replacement. Showed a little side boob, put a computer in the family room and watch that kid grow to adversity.
Vagina sores.
Hey, why's it put her out? And I scooted. She woke up to me with my hand in a bag of Cheetos. I was stumbling and bumbling. Two tall boys to get a shot.
You gotta stop pooping your pants.
And I trusted a fart and lost. Hey guys, welcome to JJ's Shower Thoughts. As I am approaching my 30s and about to start to come down the hill and be a grown-ass man, I was thinking back to when I was a kid and what experiences we all had that kids today just have no idea. And what first popped up was kids today have no idea what the grind that dial-up internet is. They have it so good. We have phones, tablets, TVs, 4G, 5G. Twitter's taking the Oculus to the bathroom. You have instantaneous internet anywhere and everywhere. I was thinking back in the day when I had a computer, my family, I was sure like everybody else did, they put our one computer in the family room, and I would have to go out, take a lap. Where's mom? Where's dad? Do another lap. And I hop on and hope to God that AOL had some picture that, like Nick said, showed a little side boob. Got to do another print lap. Got to run back. Got to hit the print. And you're like sitting there, you're sweating your bullets, sweating bullets. Like, oh, hell yeah, I made it. And you're huffing it off into the next room. Or even like Nick said, too, back in the day, it was so slow on dial-up that I'm like, just fiending for my mom's JCPenney catalog to come in each month so I can swipe that mug from the mailbox and take it straight to the house, man. So Tweeter, I know you're raising the little ones. I think you take away all internet, put a computer in the family room and watch that kid grow through adversity.
Adversity.
Real adversity.
What's funny to me is it sounds like the only reason that you were using this computer was to fucking beat off. It's like, man, what if Joe the Fifth is like, hey, I got this school project. I need to look up dinosaurs, Dad. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna walk over your shoulder.
Vagina sores.
Yeah, vagina sores.
Exactly.
Oh my God. And that's what makes it even funnier is that I know JJ's mom and dad. So I can imagine how traumatic it would have been for them if they would have walked into on JJ on some blurry picture of Pamela Anderson from Baywatch on the screen, like kind of coming in at one bar at a time and dial up internet. What's funny is that I see when he says that he had to print it off. So what I picture is that he's got this stack somewhere hidden in his room 1,000%. Of all these like horribly printed pictures of like all these half-naked women. Because back in the day, like there was no like Pornhub, there was no easily accessible naked women. You can almost accidentally find naked people on the internet now. You can try to be like, hey, I'm gonna look up these new sunglasses, and all of a sudden it's like, God bless America. Like, why is that? It's like there are kids around, man. I'm at Starbucks. What the hell's wrong with you? Like, I didn't look at that. It's ridiculous. Back then, if you had to look at it, it was either blurry on the channel that you couldn't quite get all the time, or it was like JJ said, and he was trying to print one out. And I remember the first time my buddy's brother brought over a little magazine, and he was like, hey, check this out. He said, them are Hooters right there. He pointed because it was a Hooters magazine, and when they weren't naked, they were just in their outfits, in their bathing suits and stuff. He said, them are Hooters. And I was like, hell yeah, they are. I see them. I'm 10 years old, but I know what I'm looking at. Meanwhile, JJ's in Mitchell, Indiana on dial-up AOL, running around the corner checking to see if Marla's looking or not, to see if he can catch a.
Did you even have a colored printer, or was it like a dot matrix deal where it's just like one line at a time?
So we stepped up to color printer, and I think my parents started to figure out something's going on because they would go to print like actual documents. They're like, "Hey, why's the printer out?" So it was always at it, always. And so it only just goes with the black cartridge.
There was plenty of black, but the color was always out. JJ was printing 8x10s of women he's never seen in his life before. And
What was your
that's so funny.
AOL screen name, JJ? Do you remember your AOL screen name? Do you all remember your AOL screen name?
I do actually. Yeah, I do.
I have to think.
Go for it. Hit me.
Oh no, it was just C. It was C. Like I went to a school called CNU, and it was just C Beach and Bum U. I remember this kid X. He's rest in peace. He's one of my best friends in the entire world. He died a couple years ago. He showed up freshman year in 2001 with "Soak Them Panties for You" as his instant messaging. I was like, "Jeez Louise, I am way ill prepared."
That's aggressive.
You
Super
can't.
ill prepared.
Yeah, if your
Just in
mom
case you were
talking to somebody with that name on
Yeah.
a screen name.
who you talking
I
to?
said-
Oh,
I said, it's hard to keep a girl if your name
You're
is
not
X.
talking to your mom on AIM. Come on.
No,
now.
but if she
JJ, do you
comes over
remember?
your shoulder, I mean,
Yeah.
it is in the
Yeah.
public,
Yeah.
place like
she
the
walks through the
living
family
room.
room. If she walks through the family room at JJ's house and sees her talking to "Soak Them Panties for You," he's gonna be like, "Excuse me, quick
man.
question. Who you talking to? You know? Oh, his name's Greg. Bullshit. His name's Greg. Bullshit. His name's Greg. His name's not Greg. His name Soak Them. Greg's name is not Soak Them Panties for You.
Oh man.
That dude's name is definitely Joe. Definitely Joe.
No surprise.
Probably Hudson. If you want to be more specific. But
My parents didn't give me much leeway on the computer, which is probably why I started doing laps and scoping out the area. But so my mom created my AOL and just Jared's Messenger. Now thinking back on it,
Cheers, messenger.
so they were right to give me no leeway for reasons we've already established. But when we got a little older, my mom got my brother and I our own computers in the family room. That was the biggest deal ever. So the first job I ever had, I was working with some older guys. He's like, "Hey man, you know what the bang bus is?" And I was like, "No, what's a bang bus?" He's like, "It's awesome. They pitch these chicks out. It's a porno. They throw them out. You got to check it out." So I sneak in the house and I was like, "I'm not going to look this up on my computer just in case I get caught." And so I looked up my brother's computer and it shut the whole thing down. And it said it blasted on the screen that it was like, "Your computer's been shut down watching pornography." And I scooted. Wore it with the best of it, man. My mom took it into work. She knew a guy that did IT, probably like you, Tweeter. Can you imagine like a coworker walk in? I don't know what my boys are up to. This is what the screen says. They're just playing games.
Yeah, he's playing games all right.
yeah, he was.
But that was pretty smart on your part, though.
Yeah, he
Use
bailed
your
out.
brother's
Bailed out.
Yeah, I'm
quick.
sure that worked.
I'm out.
Mhm.
Sure, that worked really well.
I
My whole head
remember
hurts, bro.
my screen name was
Wow.
Hot Chick 3306.
Hot chick.
Yeah.
The hot chick.
Oh,
snap.
She was a hot chick.
Stop. And it was Hot Chick with no K at the end. That just
Oh,
want to
so
say.
she was
Of
more
course
like
not.
hot chic.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
kind of like that. 33 was my basketball number. I know that. I don't know anything
Yeah.
about
See,
that.
I was
6.
Patriot Baller 13 because
See, all
I
the guys
played it
were
for the
ballers.
Page Patriot,
That.
and I played all the sports, so I was Patriot Baller 13.
I remember,
Hey,
yeah,
Guy.
talking to guys.
That's right.
All of them
Represent.
had baller name in
What?
there. Like all the guys, all the athletes, and all, I'd be like, I want to get a screen name. And I remember all of them that I had crushes on all had baller in their names because
Guess she's got a type. What can I
Baller
say?
69.
Sure.
Yeah.
Ooh, yeah,
there you go.
something Titsworth.
I remember though, dial up,
Hey.
it was loud. It was like,
Oh yeah, you couldn't
Yeah.
sneak on dial-up internet. It was the neighbors knew you were getting on that shit. I'm like, why are they calling an alien planet? What is
Yeah.
that sound? Why does it sound that way?
it sounded like it was dying.
I think it was intentional. I think they were like, I want to make sure everybody knows that this person's getting on the internet because they're probably doing some shit that they shouldn't. Now that they put it on your phone. So if you want to be a delinquent, you can do it privately. But it used to be semi-public. Used to have to do it at school or in Jared's case in the living room. You had to do this stuff. And they're thinking, okay, 80% of the people who get on this interwebs, they're doing it for tits or ass or some sort of delinquent activities. So we're going to make sure that when they do, it's the loudest process possible and that none of the phones work. The lights flicker. We want to make sure that everything, it looks like almost like a paranormal like situation when somebody's trying to get on the internet, because Jared's mom needs to know in the back 40 that Jared's about to get on the internet and do something he shouldn't, so she can come running. Well, let's be honest, she's not running anywhere, but she's going to walk as quickly as possible to get to the computer to see what Jarrett's doing, and I think that that's a hilarious visual, and I'm gonna laugh about that for a long
She's
time.
permanently got the green apple quick step. Like that's her real walk.
Yeah, she always looks like she's holding in a fart.
We're gonna need to see that. I'm gonna have to see
No,
that.
you're
No.
not gonna. You're
I'll
not
say
gonna
you
want
that
to see
one.
that.
JJ's
We
gonna
could
have to
we
show
could
us
probably
that.
we could probably capture that on video. But if we start digging into Marla Jones stories, it's gonna be a long day at the office. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's she's done some stuff that'll make your stomach hurt, man. It's hilarious. But we're not going to talk about Marla Jones on this show because I think we've made sure that we shouldn't. But Marla Jones is a great American because she produced JJ Jones, which we all love. But thank you for that, JJ. I think that that little short trip down memory lane was much needed.
Cried twice right there. I laughed. I haven't laughed that hard in a while. That was funny.
But thank God we don't have those days. We've moved on. We've got a little bit faster internet. We can all get on something like this. Can you imagine how awful the connection would be if we'd have tried to do something like this back in the AOL days? It was impossible. It was something that we would have never imagined. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something to talk on phone underwater.
Right.